Hi everyone. This video that I'm going to do should be pretty quick. This will help us for the lab tomorrow, which you'll actually use the charge rods and the electroscope, which the electroscope's what I want to talk about right now. It's kind of a fancy word for a simple device, but you'll see it in the simulation here. You don't need to go to this website. I'm just going to use it, of course, as a visual for us understanding it. So the electroscope, it comes in many different shapes and sizes. Google it and just look at some of the images. Ours will be a more kind of educational, created one that's for schools. It won't be as homemade as some of the other ones. But the main thing that you want to focus on is not the jar or the case that it's in. Ours will be in a black case. It's actually the metal stuff inside, which will usually be a platform or a sphere on top. You can see it's a platform in this one. And then a metal rod that connects that platform to the bottom part, which right now you can't see it, but it's going to be two hanging leaves. They're usually like foil leaves, a conducting material like aluminum or something like that. So again, in this one, the jar, we don't really concern ourselves with. You'll also notice in this diagram, they don't show any charges in the metal rod connecting the two, but they are there, so we do want to be mindful of that. All right. The main thing, first thing that electroscopes can do though, is they can tell us if an object's charged. So right now you can see the electroscope has an even number of electrons and protons drawn on it, so it's electrically neutral, it's not charged. And the two leaves at the bottom are just hanging parallel. Gravity is the only thing influencing them, so they're just laying downward. How it tells if an object is charged is by the electrons within the electroscope moving around. They would do that, of course, if I brought a charged object near the top platform or sphere, whichever type of electroscope you have. So you can see on the left side, there is a negatively charged rod. So take a moment to just think what's going to happen to the charges within the electroscope if I bring it near. So just pause real quick and think about that. All right, now that you've thought about it, let's go ahead and do it. If you said that the electrons should move, awesome. And if they move away because they're the same like charge as the rod, even better. So you can see when I bring it near the platform, the electrons in that platform move down to the bottom. All right, now when that happens, you haven't charged the electroscope. It still has the same amount of electrons and protons. You've just shifted some of them down to the bottom, making the leaves more negative than the platform now. And since each leaf is free to move and they're both negatively charged, we know likes repel, so they'll separate. When I then remove this rod and take it away, it's not going to be pushing those electrons back down to the bottom, and then it'll go back to its normal neutral state where the electrons are evenly distributed. So that's kind of the first thing, is it can tell us if an object is charged because of the electrons within the electroscope moving. All right, we're going to do more with these electroscopes than just this. We're also going to, of course, charge them first by method of conduction, which that'll be what we learn about tomorrow. All right, this could also be done with a positive rod. So if I switch it over to a positive rod, again, pause the video. Think to yourself real quick, if I bring the positive rod near the platform but not touching, what will happen to the charges in the electroscope, and then what will the leaves do based on that? So pause it. All right, so here we go. What I'm hoping you didn't say is the protons move, because remember, they're in the nucleus of the atom. They're very bunched and kind of in that tight cluster. So again, it's the electrons, but since it's a positive rod and electrons are opposite of that, the electrons don't actually go away, they try to get closer. So again, there's no electrons leaving or entering this electroscope, so it's all neutral still, but the electrons from the leaves down low came up to the platform, which then made the leaves a little more positive because they lost 2 electrons, it looks like. So again, since those 2 electrons from the leaves went to the platform, the leaves are both charged positive and they are repelling because likes repel. So again, it can tell you, of course, if the object's charged either negative or, in this case, positive. Doesn't really let us know what the charge of the object is, though. It just lets us know it's charged. There's more to it if we want to find out the exact charge. Okay. Remove the rod away though, and of course, there we go. It's still neutral, but now it's in its kind of spread out, relaxed state where the leaves are neutral as well. Everything's balanced. All right. Play that again if you need to run through it. Play around with it on your own if you want to. Can't remember the exact title of this slide. All right. But I just searched. I can back up for you guys actually. All right. I just searched electroscope simulations, and this is the one I found that was really useful. So it was actually the SimPop one, I think. Oh, nope, take it back. This one was bad. Don't look at this one. It kind of showed charges appearing or disappearing out of thin air, which I didn't like. Sorry, ours was the second one down, the Electroscope Java lab down there. All right, so feel free to play around with that. I think it'll help you understand what's going on with the charges. One thing though, before we finish this video, which this will be it today, I want to show you in the lab that we're going to do tomorrow what our electroscopes will be drawn like. So if I switch over to the lab, it's not available to you yet, so don't worry about it. All right, and this is from the other class, so don't worry, that says 333. All right, really this part right here is the main part. All right, so you're actually going to charge the electroscope, and you can see, just highlighting it over here, you can see this electroscope looks different than the simulation. It's not a flat platform on the top, which is okay. It's a sphere, excuse me. But it does have the rod going right down the middle here. All right, the ball that's in the middle of it, that's an insulating plastic ball, so that's not a conducting material. So it's really just about the sphere, that rod in the middle, and then the most important thing, these two leaves. So you can see we've really separated them there, all right? The idea is that it's always going to start off neutral, all right? And I'm going to have us stick to drawing 8 of each charge. So just to prep you for this does show a neutral object right now, and it doesn't mean there's no protons or electrons. It just means they're the same. But we don't really want to draw like that. We actually want to draw in the protons and electrons. And I usually just do 2 of each on the ball. Sorry, I don't have my Apple Pen with me. The rod, and then 2 of each on the leaves. This will kind of give us enough charge to play with. Don't worry about the colors. If you want to do any 2 colors, that works with me. But I think this is going to be our good starting point. So when you do draw these out in your notes in the lab, just try to be mindful of my directions. I think that'll give us some consistency, okay? But now you can see this is more like the simulation that I prefer. It has the protons and electrons drawn to begin with, so that when they do move around, you don't just have them appearing or disappearing into thin air. All right, we want to be mindful of the conservation of charge, okay? All right, we will be using these tomorrow. Use the rest of the time to either, of course, do the one WebAssign that I gave you guys from last week, or even the concept builder, okay? Have a good day, guys.